Hi, I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all my subscribers and viewers out there, and thank you for joining in. Today I'm going to show you how to paint a Santa Claus. Do a nice little Santa Claus face for you for Christmas. Might be a fun little painting to do. I'm going to make it as easy as I can for you, okay? Okay, so all you need are your primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, and burnt umber, and sap green, black and white. And the sap green and the white we're going to use for a background. So the only brushes you really need for this are your chisel edge brushes. Make sure you got probably a couple of different sizes. Make sure they're nice and chiseled edge, synthetic. And you're going to need liner brush. And maybe different different liner brushes which are longer and shorter. So have a few different sizes on hand and a bristle brush, okay, so we can do some tapping. There we go. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so this is the painting we are going to try to do, and I'm going to try to make it as simple as I can for you. Nice big fluffy beard, and I am going to start off. Now this is paper. This is my mixed media paper, and that's 11 by 14, but I'm using this is a 9 by 12. And what I did was, I just printed off Pixabay. I found a Santa Claus on there. And I printed off the sheet, and then I sketched it onto my canvas. And I used carbon paper. Okay, so carbon paper. And don't worry about the lines, you can paint over them, okay? As long as you can see the outline. And you just tape it on and put your carbon paper underneath it and use a pen, and away to go. So then you take it off and you lay it down and then we're going to start painting. Now, see how you can see, now you can see the drawing there, okay? I just want to make sure you can see the drawing, see? Doesn't have to be anything elaborate as long as you got the main outline. Alright, so let's start with the easiest part first. How about we start with the red hat? So I just took my flat chiseled edge brush and I put red paint on it, okay? And I like the chisel edge because you can get around the corners here. So I'm just going to put on red paint. Pretty simple. Once you get the drawing done, then you can just start painting. What's important here is getting your shadows and your highlights so that it'll look more realistic. So it won't be just a flat painting. Shadows and highlights really add to all your paintings. They're very important. Alright. Just get your red paint on there. And because of the chiseled edge, you can come right up against the line and you can actually paint over it so you can't see the line. Okay. See? You may need 2 coats. That's up to you. Depends on the paint you're using. The paint I'm using is Dollar and Rowney. If you want to, I'll leave you a link, or you can go to my Amazon shop and find some in there, or I'll leave a link for you. I like these. I like the Dollar and Rowney, and they're so easy to work with, and there's lots in the tube. It doesn't dry up on you or anything. I don't know, it's really good, I must say. It seems to last a long time. I've had those tubes a long time. You see all the videos I do. Yeah. Probably a year or more. I never thought about keeping track of how long I have my paints, but it's been a while. And they are, this one is a brilliant red, 250 mil. Brilliant red, 250 mil. So it's almost still, there's a lot of paint left in it, but of course I don't use, it depends on how much paint you use too. You use a lot of white. White is the one that you go through the most. You can shape up that head after you have it drawn if you don't like the way it was shaped, okay? And shape it up. Alright. See? So now you start at the easiest part of the painting first. Look at the painting that you're trying to paint, and pick out, once you get it drawn out, pick out the part that you think, which is a big area. So look at your big areas of color and paint them in first, and paint in the basic color. Now while that's still wet, let's add a couple of shadows. So with your dirty brush, leave it red, add a little bit of burnt umber. Alright, so just with your dirty brush, just bring in some burnt umber, okay? And make a little shadows on the edges here, just on the edges. So with the chiseled edge down, alright, don't come off, just go get more. Alright, you can do it when it's dry, but I find I like doing this because it will blend. Alright, it's not too bad. Get a little bit of a shadow there. We don't want too much. You don't want it to be a dark old line there, but you need some shadow. Okay, so make sure you get that chiseled edge up against that. Right. Good. Wipe off your brush and your tissue, and then go back over the edges here to blend it in with the red. Just go back over the edges. Try to catch it while it's still wet. Alright. So you got a little bit of a shadow there now, see? Good. That's the hat. Now, more big areas are the beard and the hat. Around here, and the beard and the little top up there. A little cotton ball on the edge of the hat there. These are the sections that are the big sections that I was talking about. So I think we'll work on those. The face is a little bit trickier, so we will try the beard. For this technique, as you can see, the beard, big and fluffy looking, right? It looks fluffy, right? So in order to get that look, you need a bristle brush, all right? A bristle. See the bristles? You open up those bristles like that, see? And they're nice and rough. All right. Okay, to make this as simple as I can, what I'm going to do is we're going to create the shadows and the white all at the same time. And then we're going to take a little bit of blue, tap it here, and tap white into that blue, okay? If it's not blue enough, take some more, so you can always lighten it up. Alright, I think I got a bit too much. I'm going to go right into my white, tons of white, and that's good. Okay, perfect. So here we go. Alright, so find a beard. You start to the left or the right, it's up to you. And just tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, tap. Alright, so you're going to be doing a lot of tapping. You can notice it's blue. So wipe off your brush if it's too blue. Just tap it off in your tissue and get some more white. Okay? And then tap on top of that again. But it's okay. Try to work wet on wet. Good. Because we can tap over that again just to lighten it up. Okay, but these are your shadows right now. Good. Now, when I did the beard, I didn't do anything fancy. I just made a circle. I just made like a semicircle. I just made a line. Okay, so you don't really need to do anything fancy. The picture might look a little fancy, but if you want to do it that way, fine. But I just made a circle. There we go. See how nice and fluffy it looks? You see it? A little bit blue there now, but we'll be tapping over that with some white. work wet on wet. Once it dries on you, you'll lose your blue if you tap over it with white, okay? But if you work wet on wet, the blue and the white will mash together and you'll get shadows, shades and shadows and values, different values for your whites and blues. Alright, so we'll go back over that to lighten it up. There we go. If it gets too white, we'll add a little more blue again, okay? Good. Nice big beard. Now you lose some of the blue. It's too white, just add more blue. Go around the lines. I'm going to try to make this video all in one, so you don't have to be chasing around and waiting for the second one or the third one. Sometimes I have to do that because they're so long, so I have no choice but to break them up, because I'm sure you don't want to be sitting for 2 hours going and watching a video. Gives you a break when you break them up like that, and plus I have them in playlists for you too. That way you don't have to, like I said, trying to find out where they are. See, now you can tap over your lines. And if you guys are looking for something and you're not sure if I have it or not, email me. That's why I'm always giving out my email address, because you can email me and you can, if you are looking to paint a rose and you say, do you have any videos on roses? Then I can send you a link to whatever I have. Or maybe you're looking for another part to a video, and I can send you the playlist. So don't be shy. I love hearing from you guys. I check my emails every day. Might be sometimes a couple hours before I can get to them. Might even be a day sometimes if I'm really tied up with something, because sometimes it gets pretty hectic with other things too, which is great. Now, look at that. That big fluffy beard. Isn't that cool? Alright, so let's do the hat. When that dries, we'll probably go over with some more white, okay? So now let's do the rim of the hat here. Start wherever you want. A little bit of blue, tap into a bit of blue, a bit of white. Same thing, because we need that blue to get the shadow. In order to see white, you have to have color. Alright, I know that don't. Well, it's hard to make sense of it when you say it that way, isn't it? But you have to have some kind of a shadow color in order to show the white. You look at white shirt or anything, you'll see all kinds of shadow colors there. So I think this is the easiest way I can show you, okay? Easy breezy, I think. Alright, so keep going. So we get the white at the rim of the hat there. And now let's do the little fluffy ball up here. Make sure you can see it. Alright, so let's tap in here. Oh, I forgot to explain something to you. I took my background and I painted a green. I've just put some sap green and white together, and I just painted a green. You can have any color background you want, okay? You can have the white background if you want, like this one. It looks pretty cool on white. You can have a black background or a dark blue. I picked green because green is the complementary color of red. I thought it would be nice. So just have any background you want, any color background that you want. Alright, good. Now the easiest way to do the face, I think, is to take a chisel edge brush. See how chiseled it is? Let's try this first. We may need to turn to a small round or a small liner brush. We'll see. All right. Now I've tried, yes, I did this before, and I've tried several brushes, but it's different when I'm sitting here by myself and I don't have any video on and I can experiment with it and everything. But when I'm doing the video, I want to make sure that I'm making it as easy as I can for you. And I did try several different brushes in my painting, but that don't necessarily mean it's going to work here again. Okay, so line out everything. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to put burnt umber on your chiseled edge brush, just a small bit for now, okay? Not too much, because you don't want to get big smudges of burnt umber on there. Out. Now, see, the beard is really wet, so your hand lays on the beard. You are going to get your hand full of, you're going to smudge it. So why don't you let that dry first? Let the beard dry first, and then do the trim. So just pick up some ultramarine blue and paint all inside here up with ultramarine blue, and we can add a little bit of white to that to brighten it up a bit. Good. Put a bit of white on the top of your brush and put a little dab of white in the eye. Well, that ran because I had too much water on my brush. Okay, see? So let's do the lips. Take some red paint on the tip of the same brush and paint this lip here a little red. Good. And now what you're going to do is add a little burnt umber to your red, just so we can make a little bit of a shadow inside here, so it won't be so bright, not as bright as the lip. He's smiling. Santa is always happy. He's a happy camper. All right, just add a little bit of burnt umber just to get a bit of a shadow. See that? And the lip, add a little bit of white. Put some white on the edge here. Good. Now, let's do the nose and the cheeks. So let's go with some let's see. How about the same color as the inside the lip? Let me see. I got it pretty close here now because I got to zoom it in for you. Some red and some yellow. A little bit of burnt umber mixed in with that. And let's go around this edge here. Nice rosy cheeks. A little bit up here. Good. And over here. And let's come down around. Here. Good. Some on the nose. Just do the outlines first. Now, let's go back in and get some red and yellow, like kind of an orangey color. All right. We'll put that on the cheeks. Blend it in with what you already have done. Good. We'll do the other one. There we go. And on the nose. It's more orangey. I don't know, on the video it looks kind of reddish, but it's more orangey. If it's too red, just add some yellow. Just add some yellow to it. Nice rosy cheeks. Good. Then you can take some white on the same brush. I just dipped it in, I didn't bother with cleaning it. Some white, and I'm just going to add a few highlights to that cheek. A little highlight there, a little highlight on the nose, and a little highlight on the other cheek. Good. Now, that's that much. Let's try taking a small chiseled edge brush. I'd rather use a bristle, but I don't have a, I'm not sure if I have one here small enough. But let's try a chiseled edge. And let's dip into our white, like we did with the beard. Let's do his mustache now. A little bit of blue. Okay, and tap here. Can't be construction going on this hour of the night. Yes, I am doing this. Actually, it's 10:30 in the night time. It's the only time I get a bit of quietness sometimes. Yeah, because there's so much construction going on here lately. So no matter where you go in the house, it picks up all the noise outside. Put a bit of blue on that so you can see it. Alright. Put the blue on first. Right, there we go. Yeah. So when that dries a little bit, or you can even try adding a bit, so make sure you tap, okay, because that way you'll get the fluffy look. Want to get a fluffy look. If you wipe it on, you're just going to get a smooth look. So brush strokes are important for things that you want to accomplish. That's a bit better. All right. So with the same brush, flat chiseled edge, not sure what size, this one's a size 12, but I mean you can adjust it to the size you need for the size of your canvas. So I'm just going to put some red here and some yellow and some burnt umber. And I'm going to put that on his face, but I want it more yellowy. A little bit of white. So I'm just trying to see if that's too, let's make it a bit more yellow. Let's see what that looks like. So just put that up here. That's a bit too dark. But I can lighten that up after. So you can use more yellow. Just to brighten it up. There we go. Good. Not sure what you're going to see on the video. Hopefully you'll if it's too dark, too much, just add some white. Just add some white to your color that you're mixing this up. Let's brighten up, see? And where else? All around here. See, the chisel edge gets around those lines. All right. Tricky. A little tricky. I'm going to add a little more of that orangey color to darken it up on this side a little bit. So you need your shadows and need some different values of your color. So we will, his eyebrows right there, right here. And that in there. Some over here. Good. All right. He's cute. See if I can get that to work this time. Better. Got to have those highlights. They're very important. Brings the eyes out. Now we have to get some hair up here, right? Like this here. See? Yeah, some of the lines up for the mustache and for the hair. So let that dry a little bit. And while we're waiting for that to dry, get your bristle brush again. Make it nice and clean. And go into your white. We'll brighten up that beard a bit while we're waiting for some of that others to dry. Okay. So just tap into white on your bristle brush. And just tap in certain areas, some places to brighten up, but don't lose your shadow. If you lose your shadow, you can go back with a bit of blue, okay? Alright. Just to give it a little more fluffiness and a bit more brightness. There we go. Santa got a beard. Good. So you still see the blue. Still see the shadow. See how that brings it out more? I don't have a big lot of paint on my brush. I'm using, when I reload, I just keep going till there's hardly any paint left on my brush, okay? See how that made it nice and soft and smooth? So if you reload, go get more paint and then just keep tapping until you don't have any more paint on your brush, okay? That way you can get to keep some of your shadows. Do the same for the top of the hat here. Makes it nice and fluffy. Just in the center so you can keep your shadows. Okay? See? Isn't that nice? And your little ball up here. I start in the center and work my way out until I get to keep the shadows there. Start in the center, let's move out a little bit. Alright, so you can see you need probably a little more. You know, you decide how much whiteness you want to the beard. I'm probably going to overdo a little bit just so you can see it, because I don't know what you can see for sure. There we go. Nice big fluffy beard. Alright, just get your flat chiseled edge brush again. Let's try this for the mustache. And tap into your white. Just tap, tap, tap into your white. And then tap on your beard. I should say on your mustache. Coming along, isn't it? Nice. So take your chisel edge brush and use a chisel edge, and let's see if we can get a couple of little hairs. Now let's touch and pull and lift. Good. Touch and pull and lift. Okay, good. And on the side here, we're going to try and get some here too. We're going to have to add shadow to that after, okay, with the burnt umber. We'll outline them. So just get your chiseled edge brush, make it a little chiseled, and let's try to get some here. Let's go on the chisel edge. Let's pull down and lift to get a skinny edge like that, okay? Another one comes down around here. Pull and pull. Oops. Good. And what else do we need? Let's see. Let's put some over here. Bring that back in closer. Now, that's good. What else do we need to do? Let's see. Now while we're waiting for that to dry, take a skinny brush the back of your brush, any brush, as long as the top is not too big, and dip into your white on the back of your brush and just make some little snowflakes. Just on the hat there, just for a little touch. Take your chisel edge brush with your burnt umber on the top, not very much, just a small bit, so we can line out those edges there of the right here and right here. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Right on the chiseled edge. Okay, a little bit of paint, not a big lot. There's just a little few shadows. All right. Where else do we need shadows? I think we're doing good. I think I'm making this as easy as I can for you. A little bit up here. Let's see. Bring that line down here a little bit more. And all we have to do now is a few little touch-ups, and then we're done. Now. Okay, so with a little bit of red and yellow, what's that? Okay, with a little bit of red and yellow, a little bit of red and yellow, yellow and red, a little bit of burnt umber. Make a bit of a shadowy color. Don't want to overdo it. A little bit of burnt umber. You judge it yourself now, because, like I say, sometimes it may not work out as good as you'd like it to. A little bit of shadow here, I think. That helps. And a little bit of shadow in there is good. It's bright, nice and bright here, nice and bright here, nice and bright here. Let's see, in here a little bit of shadow, a little color. I think all we need to do now is bring in some more white on these here and touch them up a little bit. Okay, take your long liner brush or your chisel edge brush, whatever works for you. This is hopefully going to work for me. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to touch up these little bits of here with white. See if I can get a little curl on the end here. There we go, little curls on the end. And this one, little curl on the end. And I'll just highlight this a little bit. See, I'm leaving some of my shadow too. And this one here. Alright, we'll get around that corner there. And we go over this way and flip up, flip up. And this one, flip up. There we go. You can add a few more little ones in between if you like. A little flip here. All right, that's cute, isn't it? And then we got some few extras coming out here. Okay. It's pure white because you already have some underpainting there. You already have some shadows. A bit over here. All right. Just trying to get a few little flippy ones here. Flippy ones. Oh. Whatever works, hey. Just fill in some space that you think might need it. Need extra white, just tap on a little bit of white. Okay, I don't know if there's anything else. You see something else, you can continue and add shadows or shadings or, you know, whatever you think it needs. Not sure if I could put a little bit around the eye here. Give a bit of definition. So I think I'm going to leave that. I think that looks pretty good. You know, you can, like say, do some touch-ups yourself. Add some highlights where you think they need them. If you need a bit of highlight in here. All right. I'm going to leave it because if I play around with too much more, it probably won't look any good. But I think it looks cute, actually. It's a nice little Santa, and I think I made it as easy as I could for you. Simple as pie. I'll put it up here. So that's the one I painted earlier on the left, and that's the one we just painted now. And I think it came out pretty cute, don't you? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can leave in the comment section what you thought of this video, and if you like this little Christmas cheer. And Merry Christmas, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Signing off from Allison Pryor. Happy painting. Bye. Mom.